All right, how to do dual-sided tumblers with things on both sides, so they're very symmetrical. All right, so this is mostly math, and I use a physical representation of what's going on. So here's our engraving area, and we have this rectangle right here. Um, I'm gonna put him in dead center. That's the P key. Um, so this is 300 millimeters high by 229. In fact, we'll just make this a nice even number because I am like that. We'll make this 230 just because we can. Okay. So it's now still in the center, no problem. So what is this a physical representation of? This is a physical representation of the tumbler that you want to do on the surface area of the tumbler. So where does this number come from? Well, it's actually pretty simple. If you go into your rotary setup and you type in, okay, you measured out your circumference of your tumbler, um, 300. It'll give you the diameter, but we already know because we measured it around. So here we go. Here's our 300. That's top to bottom. This is the direction that your rotary is going to rotate in. And then left to right is the entire amount of your tumbler that you wanted to engrave on. So this is basically a window of its surface area. All right, so we have our two little guys here that we want to put on exactly the opposite side of each one. So first thing we want to do is we actually want to select both, do the line V center, so that their center lines are identical. And we can go ahead and we can drag them in here to make things easier. If we do a group and then we hit P, now they're exactly inside our rectangle that we took our representation we did earlier. Let's go ahead and ungroup. So now it's time to do the math. So I did the math already, so we're just going to kind of go through it. So our 300 is our circumference. Please forgive any misspellings. I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. All right. Now, each picture, if we click on one, they are 90 by 90 millimeter squares. So their height is what we're concerned about. So 90 for picture 1 and another 90 for picture 2. If we add that together, that's 180. That is the total amount of space that these two pictures take up. So if we subtract that amount of space from the total surface area of the tumbler, we get 120 left over. Now we want everything evenly spaced, so if we take that 120 and we divide it in half, that means we have 60. And that, the 60 right there, is how far apart these guys need to be in order for them to be exactly opposite each other on the tumbler. So how do we actually figure out if these guys are 60 millimeters apart? Well, we can do the same thing. We can make a rectangle that is 60 millimeters. Come on, you. 60 millimeters. We don't care about the width because we're just doing our height difference right here. And then we kind of bring it in here to in between them. And we can click on one and click on the other to see that their boundaries line up. As it turns out right now they do. And yeah, they're already set up. So to confirm with this, what we can do is we can actually draw another one right here and get it lined up. 30.06. And we can do the other one right here just to make it sure we're on the right page. 30.005. So 30.005 and 30.006, put them together, you pretty much got your 60. And since I'm doing this very off the cuff, that's close enough for government work. You're never going to see 0.001 millimeter difference. Your machine most likely can't even move in that direction.